Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the most anticipated thrillers coming out in June 2025. Get ready for secrets, suspense and a few jaw-dropping twists. Let's get right into it. Kicking off with a bang. Our first thriller comes from a powerhouse duo, a former US president and one of the kings of suspense fiction. America has a powerful new president, and her husband is on a trial for murder. This is The First Gentleman by Constantine and James Patterson, releasing June 2nd. It's a gripping political thriller with scandals, secrets, and all the twists you'd expect from Patterson. President Madeleine Wright is running for re-election, but just as the campaign heats up, her husband, yes, the first gentleman, a former NFL star, is arrested for a decades-old murder. Cue the national frenzy. Two investigative journalists dig deep, and what they uncover might not just take down a man, it could rattle the entire White House. Next up, we have a dark and emotionally gripping story about family secrets and the legacy soaked in blood. Her father was accused of murdering his siblings. Now she is ghostwriting his book and he is finally telling the truth. This is The Ghostwriter by Julie Clark, releasing June 3rd. In this gripping thriller, Olivia Dumont, a professional ghostwriter, has spent her life trying to distance herself from her infamous father, Vincent Taylor. He is a very well-known horror novelist and the prime suspect in the decades-old murder of his own siblings. Struggling financially, Olivia agrees, though with hesitation, to help write her father's final book. But she quickly learns he doesn't want to write fiction. He wants to tell the real story of what happened in 1975. As Olivia digs into her father's past, she starts uncovering long-buried secrets and begins to question everything she thought she knew. The ghostwriter blends past and present in a haunting story about truth, legacy, and the danger of unspoken trauma. Switching gears, let's talk about a powerful debut that's been making early waves. When she finds a photo of a girl who looks just like her, Sydney discovers a dark chapter in her family's past and opens a door that might be safer left closed. This is We Don't Talk About Carol by Kristen L. Berry, releasing also on June 3rd. When Sydney Singleton finds an old photo, she uncovers a decades-old mystery about her long-lost Aunt Carol, one of 6 black girls who vanished in the 60s. Her family has never spoken about it, and now, grieving her grandmother and navigating her own struggles, Sydney is determined to find the truth. But the deeper she searches, the more her own past begins to crack open, bringing up secrets she thought she'd buried. Blending emotional suspense and family drama, this debut is already turning heads. Now for a southern noir that's dark, gritty, and unforgettable. Family secrets, dangerous depths, and a descent into the criminal underworld. This is King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby, out on June 10th. Roman, probably I will say it wrong, Carruthers heads home to Jefferson Run, Virginia, after his father's suspicious car accident, only to find his brother tangled in deadly debts and his sister overwhelmed running the family's crematorium. But as Roman uncovers a twisted web of secrets, he realizes saving his family might mean becoming the very thing he spent years avoiding. Cosby brings his signature edge and emotional depth to this powerful thriller about loyalty, legacy, and survival. Next, we've got a gripping series starter from one of the queens of romantic suspense. This is Her First Mistake by Kendra Elliot, first in the new Noelle Marshall series, releasing also on June 10th. 13 years ago, Noelle survived the night her husband, an up-and-coming politician, was murdered. Now a detective, she's pulled back into the trauma when the FBI reopens the case. But Noelle has secrets too, ones she never shared, not even with those closest to her. Fans of Elliot's Mercy Kilpatrick and Columbia River series will find familiar threads here, with emotional stakes, small-town intrigue, and a layered, compelling heroine at the center. Another standout thriller, blooming on June 10th, is a historical mystery with a botanical twist. Family secrets, spiritual mediums, and espionage collide in this charming historical mystery. This is A Botanist's Guide to Rituals and Revenge by Kate Cavari, the fourth book in the Saffron Everly mystery series. When botanist Saffron Everly returns to Ellington Manor to care for her sick grandfather, she finds herself in the middle of family tensions, shadowy government interests, and the local medium stirring up drama. As mysterious events unfold and secrets begin to surface, Saffron must use all her wit and science to get to the bottom of it. Atmospheric, clever, and full of vintage charm, this book is perfect for fans of twisty historical mysteries. Our next June 10th release trades spies for staged crimes in the English countryside. A fake murder mystery in an English village leads to real-life revelations. In Welcome to Murder, 34 years old, Kath Little discovers a ticket to a murder mystery event her late estranged mother had secretly purchased. With questions lingering about her mother's past, Kath heads to the charming village of Willowthorpe to participate in the week-long theatrical whodunit. Teaming up with quirky fellow guests, Wyatt and Amity, Kat begins unraveling the fictional crime, only to stumble upon very real secrets tied to her own family history. Witty, warm, and emotionally resonant, this novel adds a personal twist to the cozy mystery genre. Think fake murder, real healing, and a bit of gin-infused romance along the way. Our last June 10th release is a psychological thriller packed with deception and emotional fallout. Two women, one man, a web of secrets that could destroy them all. In The Secret Mistress, a grieving widow's life is shattered when a woman arrives claiming to be her late husband's mistress and the mother of his child. As both women struggle with this stunning revelation, their lives unravel in unexpected and dangerous ways. Told from alternating perspective, this tense and twisty novel explores how far people will go to protect their secrets and what happens when those secrets refuse to stay buried. Perfect for fans of The Perfect Marriage and The Wife Between Us. Moving on to one of June's most anticipated psychological thrillers. A buried secret resurfaces, threatening to unravel a professor's carefully constructed life. In Someone's Nose, English professor Elizabeth Davis is shaken when a student's manuscript eerily mirrors a secret from her past, one she thought was buried forever. The fictional story involves a scandalous relationship and a murder, and Elizabeth knows it because she lived it. As more pages arrive, she returns to her Louisiana hometown, determined to uncover who's behind the chilling narrative. But the closer she gets to the truth, the more dangerous it becomes. Tense, emotional, and brimming with suspense, this is Vikiland like you've never read her before. Next up is a chilling psychological thriller from the best-selling author behind Mrs. Parrish series, Liv Constantine. When dreams become premonitions, how do you escape a future you cannot control? Annabelle Reynolds seems to have the perfect life, until she starts having vivid, unsettling dreams about a future where her family is torn apart. At first, she dismisses them as stress-induced nightmares, until the details begin to come true. Suddenly, her dreams become a terrifying window into a future she cannot escape. And when one vision reveals her daughter is in immediate danger, Annabelle races against time to prevent her worst fears from becoming reality. Don't Open Your Eyes is an eerie, high-stakes thriller about fate, motherhood, and the desperate fight to change destiny. Now, here is one book that really grabbed my attention. I'm honestly so intrigued and can't wait to read it. What if kindness become the deadliest contagion of all? In this darkly satirical and mind-bending thriller, the world is facing a new kind of virus. But instead of causing death, it's been engineered by scientist Dr. Haruto to make people, well, nice. The virus rewires the brain to increase empathy and compassion. Sounds like a dream, right? But in true Will Carver fashion, things go horribly wrong. When kindness becomes contagious, it might just be more dangerous than any disease. Twisted, psychological, and completely original, Kill Them With Kindness promises a wild, unforgettable ride for fans of speculative thrillers that challenge your thinking. Some doors should stay closed, especially when the man knocking has too many secrets. Lisa Jewell returns with another expertly woven domestic thriller. This time, 3 women, each with their own troubles, find themselves drawn into the orbit of one very charismatic man, Nick Radcliffe. For Nina, grieving the sudden loss of her husband, Nick feels like a second chance. But her daughter Ash senses something off and begins digging into Nick's past. Meanwhile, miles away, Martha is growing suspicious of her husband's mysterious work trips and convenient excuses. What unfolds is a chilling collision of life, lies, and long-buried secrets. Tense, twisty, and emotionally razor-sharp. Don't Let Him In will make you question every charming stranger you've ever met. Keeping our June 24 thriller streak alive, we are back in the chilling world of Black Rock Falls with the 26th book in D.K. Hood's addictive crime series. A limo full of teenagers never makes it to prom. Hours later, the boys are found dead in the woods and the girls have vanished without a trace. Sheriff Gina Alton and Deputy David Kane must unravel the twisted clues left behind, including eerie echoes of a past murder case that hint at a dangerous copycat on the loose. Tense, fast-paced, and impossible to put down, Good Girls Don't Cry is classic D.K. Hood perfect for fans of Lisa Regan and Kendra Elliot. Just when you think the case is cracked, another body drops. Still riding the June 24 thriller train, but this time with a hilarious twist. If murder could be funny, fictionally of course, the Ex-Girlfriend Murder Club pulls it off brilliantly. Three jilted lovers, one dead ex, let the investigation begin. Three women find out they've been all dating the same cheating boyfriend. What starts as a plan for petty revenge turns into a full-blown whodunit when they discover his body and realize they might be suspects. Now they all have to band together to uncover the truth without ending up behind bars themselves. Think Dial A for Aunties meet Finley Donovan is Killing It. This one is packed with sass, chaos, and just enough suspense to keep you guessing through the laughs. He said he loved me. He said I had nothing to worry about. What else don't I know about my husband's lies? My Husband's Lies introduces Aria Miller living what seems to be perfect life until her best friend is murdered and the cryptic message shatters her reality. How well do you know your husband? Isn't just a chilling text. It's a question that spirals Aria into paranoia, doubt, and the search for answers she might not want to find. Dark, tense, and full of emotional suspense, this one is for fans of domestic thrillers where love and danger collide. We are not slowing down just yet, because June 25 brings us another pulse-pounding entry in a fan-favorite crime series. A burned body, a haunted convent, and a killer with ties to the past. In Hidden Daughters, Detective Lottie Parker faces one of her most emotionally complex and terrifying cases to date. A woman is found burned to death in a cottage, and the clues lead Lottie to the long-abandoned Sister of Mercy convent, a place soaked in decades of silence and trauma. When more victims are discovered, all seemingly linked to a young journalist named Imelda, it's clear that this killer is reviving old horrors for a very personal reason. If you followed this series, you know how deeply human and harrowing these stories are. And if you haven't yet, this might be the one to get you hooked. We are wrapping up June's thriller lineup with a bang. One mob family, 3 siblings, 0 room for mistakes. Emma Talon brings her signature grit and heart to A Family Betrayal, a high-stakes gangland thriller set in London's underworld. Maria Capello is juggling her double life as a sharp-suited lawyer and the heir of her late father's criminal empire, with her loyal brother Alex besides her and her reckless brother Antonio causing chaos. The balance is about to tip, and fast. Rival firms, mounting debts, and long-buried secrets all converge, pushing Maria to the brink. This isn't just about business, it's about blood and how far one woman will go to protect her family and everything they've built. Before we wrap things up, here are a few bonus thrillers coming in June 2025. These ones didn't make the main lineup, but still deserve a quick shout out. First one is With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. Second, Hard Lights by J.B. Turner. Third one, Jill is Not Happy by Keira Rhoda. Fourth, I Did Warn Her by Sean Gilbert. And the last one is We Can Save You by Thomas Ricks. And with that, we close the chapter on our June 2025 thriller roundup. Which one will you grab first? Let me know in the comments. See you next time. Goodbye.